What's up, family, man? I bless each and every one of you. May God continue to guide you, keep you, comfort you, aid you in your growth and development, as well as the healing stages of your life. Family, man, we have to grow up emotionally. I just want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys today. Man, talking about gratitude. You know what I mean? Talking about gratitude. So many of us, we're really not grateful. We say we are, but we're really not. And it's a trip. I just finished meditating, just came in from work and had a few minutes where I sat there and I was just meditating, just talking to God and just in awe of where I'm at in my life. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. The trip is, so many of us, we want joy. Well, every one of us, we want joy. We want peace. We want happiness. But the reality is, we've never learned how to be grateful for what we already have. We've never really learned how to be grateful for all the things that we've gone through. We don't know how to be grateful for the moment. Because the reality is, so many of us, we've gone through so many devastating things in life. We've had so many losses. We've lost relationships. We've lost people that have passed on. We've lost jobs, opportunities, businesses. We lost money. We've lost a lot, if the truth be told. And the reality is, we've gone through things in life, and that if we sit back and just ponder and just reflect on where we've been versus where we're at now, and I get it, you may not have everything you want in life. You may not understand where you are at in life, what's going on in your life at this moment. But the reality is, you've gone through so much. You've had so many setbacks. You've faced so many failures and disappointments. How can we not be grateful that we're not in those places right now? I remember I was sitting in as I was just reflecting and just thanking God for my life and where I'm headed in my life at this moment. And I was sitting back and I was just, man, I remember when I was suicidal. I remember when I wanted to just go. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was tired of hurting, tired of carrying the pain, just tired of the frustration, tired of the confusion. And now when I sit back and I look at my life, it's like, oh my gosh, I wanted to die so many times. A couple of times I've tried to die, truth be told. I've tried to end it all, family. And you wouldn't know that just by looking at me. You wouldn't know that by just watching some of my videos. You know what I mean? Because when I'm talking about just having that peace and that joy that passes all understanding. And when you look at the trips that I've gone on and just all the things that are going right for me, you wouldn't believe that, man, I've gone through places and I've gone through things where, man, I was homeless a couple of times. You know what I mean? I've had people walk out of my life. I've slept on the trains not having nowhere to sleep. I've slept in my vehicle. I've taken bird baths in the freaking river. Yeah. That's not where I'm at today. But I was there. Times where I've been hungry. I'm not there today. And this is not about look at me and all that other stupid stuff. It's about the fact that, man, we've gone through things in life. But we have to learn to be grateful for those things. I've learned through all the pain, through all the trauma, through all the crap that I've had to endure. It could have been so much worse. And I sit back and I think about all the times that I wanted to die. Man, all the trips I would have missed out on. All the joy and peace I would have forfeited. I wouldn't be here right here today talking to you if I had it my way. If I could have died when I wanted to. so I sit back and I'm in awe of life. I'm in awe of God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, the Most High. I'm in awe. Why? Because I didn't get everything I wanted. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I didn't get the relationships that I pursued. I'm grateful for that. The relationships that I had that I want to hold on to, that God's like, nope, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? You got to let it go. And I didn't understand it. It didn't make sense to me at the time. Now I sit back and it's like, dang. I thought I knew best. I thought I knew what I really wanted. And I'm glad that God didn't give me everything that I wanted. I'm grateful that God didn't give me everything that I wanted. See, the trick is, you cannot experience joy and peace without gratitude. You got to have gratitude. And I've shared this with you guys. Man, gratitude is the cheat code for life. In order to walk into abundance, you got to be grateful. In order to have the things that you really want in life, the finances, the relationships, the love and the peace, the joy, all of that, you got to be grateful. And the people are like, how the heck can I be grateful and I'm struggling? How can I be grateful and I ain't got da-da-da-da and I just lost da-da-da and I don't know how I'm going to pay this. I've been there. I've been there. I was there. Times where I was a single parent raising two. Back in the 90s when you didn't see guys raising their kids as a single parent. For the most part. Times where I couldn't eat because I left what I would have eaten for my kids for the next day so that they could have had something to eat the next day. I've gone through some things and I'm grateful for all of it. All of the pain, all of the frustration, all of the tears, the brokenness, the humiliation, the abandonment. I'm grateful for every bit of it. I'm grateful for every experience, every woman that's broke my heart, every woman that's abandoned me and rejected me, every job I've lost. I'm grateful. No, it didn't make sense at the time. No, I didn't understand it at the time. But because I was grateful and because I was obedient, and it was hard, but I had to trust the process. I had to trust God. And now when I look at my life, and I look at the things that I have, I look at the places where I'm able to go, the things I could buy, and I don't have to worry about the price tag. It's a reminder to me of when I didn't have a place to call home. It's a reminder to me of the times that I was hungry and I couldn't afford to buy anything. Man, we got to grow up. And growing up isn't easy. Trusting the process isn't easy. Trusting God isn't easy. Everybody could say they trust God. You could say it all day long. Just because you say it don't mean that you mean it. Gratitude is a way of life. You don't just be grateful for what you have, you're grateful for just being here. We got to catch that. So many of us, well, I'll be grateful when I get a house. I'll be grateful when I get a place to stay. I'll be grateful when I get a car. I'll be grateful when I get a job. I'll be grateful when I get rich. I'll be grateful when I get a relationship. And all this stupid stuff we say and think. And the truth is, you won't be grateful when you get that stuff if you aren't grateful now. You got to catch this. You got to understand this. Gratitude is what you learn when you don't have. Catch that. Sometimes I'll sit back and God will just take me back down memory lane. And the tears will start rolling down my eyes. And I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm happy. I'm crying because I'm so grateful. I'm crying because I'm so thankful. I'm thankful that I'm still here. There's a difference. The question is, are you going to learn gratitude? Or are you going to sit there and continue to mope and complain and be frustrated and be angry because life isn't working out the way you think it should be? Understand that when you get on that vibration, understand that when you get on that frequency, you're going down a rabbit hole of more chaos, more trauma, more suffering, more lack. You're not walking into purpose. You're not walking into abundance. You're not walking into peace and joy and happiness. You got to learn to be grateful when you feel alone, when you feel unloved, when you feel like you're invisible to the world, when you feel like you're invisible to your family, when you feel like nobody's interested in you, nobody's looking at you, nobody wants you. Can you learn gratitude? Can you walk in gratitude? Can you stop looking at what you don't have and start being grateful for the fact that you're still here? Can you be grateful for the fact that you woke up and your eyes was there? You know what I mean? You woke up and you had the ability to think and get up and do whatever it is you wanted to do. Can you be grateful? Can you be grateful just eating a bowl of soup? Can you be grateful eating a bowl of noodles? Can you be grateful just grabbing some bread and slapping some peanut butter on it and just like, man, I got something to put in my stomach. Man, this is some good peanut butter. Man, I'm glad I got this bread. I remember when I didn't have the bread. I remember when I couldn't afford the peanut butter. I remember when I didn't have the noodles, when I didn't have the soup. I remember what it was like not having a bed to sleep on. We complain and we get so frustrated over superficial stuff. Because you can't afford those new Jordans, or you can't afford a new suit, a new outfit. And we start comparing our life to everybody else's life and all the material things that they have. Oh, they got a beautiful car and we ain't got nothing. Oh, they got a nice paying job and we ain't got nothing. Oh, they got a beautiful man, they got a beautiful woman and we ain't got that. Oh, they got a beautiful family and we ain't got that. Can you be grateful for where you're at? Can you be grateful for your life? The reality is there's so many people that wish they were in your situation. And I know so many of us, especially here in America, we get stuck on stupid shit. Nobody would ever want to be in my position. They don't know the pain and you don't know the hell that they're going through. And your place, where you're at in your life, is an upgrade to where they're at. I know so many people who were in what appeared to be ideal relationships, wealthy, but she was miserable. Miserable. Why? Because the man she loved was abusive. The man she loved was controlling and manipulative. And she wanted to give all of that wealth up. The nice cars, the house, the designer clothes, the bling bling. She was ready to give all of that up and wish that they could live like mediocre people, like average people, just to have some peace, just to not live in fear. So many people are struggling with diseases and ailments you have no clue about. I remember when my late wife Cecilia found out that she had breast cancer. And when you looked at her on the external, on the outside, drop dead gorgeous. Pretty. But she was dying. And there was nothing that she could do about it. She had a matter of months to live. But if you looked at her from the outside, man, it looked like she had everything she wanted. It looked like she had the house, the car, she was well taken care of, blah, 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 blah. She had all the material stuff, but she was dying. And she didn't want to die. She wasn't ready to die. She just hit her 40s. The prime of her life. And she was gone. She wished she was still here. I remember sitting there in the house and her sitting on the floor looking up at me, and the tears are running down, and her telling me she doesn't want to die. There's so much more she want to accomplish. There's so much more she want to do now. She had this whole new sense of purpose of what she wanted to do with her life, and all the things she had taken for granted, all the things she wasted her time and energy stressing over and focused on. And at that moment it hit her, man, that stuff don't even matter. That stuff's not even important. To my gratitude. Gratitude. What is it going to take for you to become grateful? What is it going to take for you to stop complaining and looking at everybody else and get mad and low-key jealous and hateful because of what they have compared to what you have? It's not the material stuff that makes you who you are. Because I promise you, if you went to the doctor tomorrow and they told you you had 2 months to live, that car, that job, that man, that woman, the money, the bags, the clothes, the bling bling, none of that shit would fucking matter to you. Not at all. Not at all. We have to learn to be grateful. We have to learn to stop complaining. We have to learn to stop being a victim. I'll walk out into nature. I love being at the graveyards. And people trip off, why are you going to be at the graveyards? And Man, I love being at the graveyards. I love being at the cemeteries, whatever it is you call them. Why? Because it's a reminder to me that I could be in one of them. It's a reminder to me, man, I'm still alive. It's a reminder to me, man, I'm going to be here one day. But up until that day, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have joy. I'm going to do everything that I came here to do. And I'm not going to get caught up on the... It's a reminder to me to live in the moment, to be grateful for what I have, to be thankful that I'm still here. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for us when we're in alignment, when we're connected to God, Source, Universe, the Most High. The problem is, for the great majority of us, we're not in alignment. Because we're operating in fear and lack, and we're ungrateful. And like any parent, man, you don't just keep giving your kids stuff when they're ungrateful. When people are grateful, man, you just like, man, okay, cool. Do what you do. I'm not pouring more into you. I'm not giving more to you. I'm not investing my time and my energy into you. You don't appreciate it. You don't value it. So I'm not going to give you more of it. Universe is the same way. God is not going to give you the desires of your heart, and you're not even grateful for what you have. You're not even maximizing your time now. Man, we have to grow up. Hope and pray that I said something to encourage you, to inspire you, to even challenge your way of thinking. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.